Hello and welcome to another SH Figuarts review. Today we're taking a look at the Kamen Kuuga Decado version. You see on the box here, it's got the blue logo and the Tamashi quality thing here. Okay. I'll explain that in a moment. And this is the original Mighty form. This is the new one. This is Yotsuki Godai, and this is not Yotsuki Godai. This is the AR Kuuga from the Kamen Rider Decade series. So for those of you who don't know, in the original Kuuga show near the end, when he got the amazing Mighty form, the black one, they just repainted that with one of the red suits that they had around. And by the time Kamen Rider Decade came along, they had to repaint the red suit for Kuuga to reappear again. Hence the paint's slightly different. So this one's more of a shiny red, whereas this one's more of a metallic red. So let's see how different this is from the original, and should you get this or not. So here we have Kuuga standing at about 5.8 inches tall. And of course, just for comparison, we are going to bring in the original Kuuga. Because in terms of molding and accessory are exactly identical. You can even swap parts around because they are the exact same figure. The only difference here is the box art, the instruction sheet, and of course the final coloring of the red color of the suit. In terms of accessories, for both figures, they come with the fist already attached to them, as well as a right thumbs up hand, a pair of henshin posing hands, a pair of relaxed hands, and a pair of a more slightly spray open hands. Now of course that means that if you want this Kuuga to sit on the bike, he doesn't have the bike holding hands, which actually thinking about it as a huge miss from Bandai. Like if you buy one of the Kuuga bikes, you have to use the hands from the old one. While you can sort of do that and not really notice it, the paint job is different on the back of the hands, so it's not gonna be accurate. So Bandai really could have put in the 2 extra bike holding hands here, and what they've done right now is, for some it might be downright annoying, reissuing a figure and kind of not putting any effort into it. This is sort of like just fill in the gap sort of release. Like, oh, there's no real bone, there's more, let's stick in a Kuuga, just repaint it, and there you go, call it anniversary or whatever. That's kind of lame. Back to the figure itself. Now under the viewfinder of the camera, I'm thinking there's not too big of a difference. I mean, the new one's definitely more metallic, but they're both shiny reds. So I guess he gives off more of a Christmassy vibe. So I've just messed with the white balance on the camera just a little bit, so hopefully you guys can see a bit more difference here, because it's quite hard to tell on the viewfinder. I can just sort of tell, when you look at these figures with your real eyes, the difference is quite big. Left hand side is flat and shiny red. Right hand side is that Christmassy metallic red that you get in a lot of the packaging, the little red balls that you hang on the trees. Otherwise, only other difference I can sort of see is that the red on the eyes are maybe a little bit more crimson, like a bit more darker, more on the purplish side. The same as the old figure, double ball joint for the head, forward, backwards, sideways, sideways, and full rotation there. Shoulder pads attached to the arm and can pop off. There's a little ball joint and hinge, so it can move out the way as needed. Just notice that there's no paint underneath it, so it has just a flat red color underneath that. That's totally fine. A double sort of socket joint here for a bit of rotation on the shoulder. Up, full rotation there. Upper arm rotation, a little bit stiff. Double elbow joint, very good bend right there. Double ball joint for the torso, back, forward, sideways, sideways. Belt is its own piece and removable. Leg goes up, back, sideways, double knee joint, rotating joint there. Foot goes back, forward, toe up, foot goes sideways, sideways, and quick look at the bottom of the shoe. Starting from the head here, the compound eye effect is excellent. I like the look of it a lot. It looks just stunning. It looks really, really good. Just look at those tiny details right there, just like the original one. Little red dot detail over there. The Gorongi text on his armor is also done very nicely. Moving down, of course, we have all the details on the belt. It's just as good as the old one. Transparent red in the middle there. All the buttons and gold buttons all painted. Look pretty decent, and pretty boring on the back, but gets the job done. More Gorongi text going around the bottom of the armor. Transparent red plastic molded there, so that's really cool. Same as on the feet. And of course you got these 2 red painted knee pads over here. Now in terms of the coloring, like many Kuuga fans, the original Kuuga is a much better character than we got in Decade. He's a bit of a weakling, a bit of an idiot. It's just not cool, but whoever character is behind the suit, the Kuuga suit itself is just really nice. So whatever color it's in, it's still pretty good. And of course, in subsequent crossover movies, Toei has stated that in the crossovers, while you don't hear his voice or anything, it is the original Yotsuki Godai that's in those crossover movies. And of course, they're still using the suit, so you could say, yeah, even though the box labels this as the Decade Kuuga, you can display this figure as the original Kuuga as he appears in later crossover movies. So that's fine. So that's how I'm going to take it as. If I pose this one with the other one, I'm going to say, oh, the original Kuuga is, you know, standing over this Otherworld Kuuga. But if I just have one figure, I can quite happily say this is the original Kuuga just with his, you know, new paint job on his suit. And overall, the quality control of this it's okay. There's a few niggles here and there. For example, the painting on these pads here are not that good, but close check on the old one, it has the same issues. So depending on luck, you have, you know, something that's painted quite nicely around the edge and something that's a little bit off center. The upper shoulder joints here a little bit on the stiff part, and this bit can come off quite easily. It's not broken or anything, it just comes off easily. So I'd rather it falls off than it being something that breaks, of course. Belt details are pretty good, head and eyes are pretty good, and the overall paint job on this is quite nice, and the overall figure does also move quite smoothly as well. So overall, I do like this figure. It is Kamen Rider Kuuga after all, one of my favorite Kamen Riders of all time. The suit is just so nice. I'm so excited for all the other extra suits that Bandai has displayed in their Tamashii nations and stuff. They are so cool. I'm going to be buying every single one of them as soon as they get released. If you are a Kamen Rider Kuuga fan, yes, I highly recommend this. If you have the original one and you're not too bothered about having different color variants, give this one a pass and let the people who really love Kuuga pick this up for a decent price without, you know, the price going up too much. I think there's a lot of stock in Hong Kong, so the price is decent as of right now. So if you don't have a Kuuga figure in your collection and, you know, you missed out on the original one, this is also a good substitute. Overall, this is a pretty decent figure. It's just, if you're collecting just the main riders, I recommend this. Kuuga fan, I recommend this. And if you just like Kamen Rider in general, I also recommend this figure. The biggest downside to this figure is that it's missing bike holding hands, but otherwise it is an excellent figure. It's nicely done, looks great, good character. Just get it. In conclusion, in terms of molding, the figure is fine. It's just like the old one. It's the exact same figure, just with a different paint job on the top. It is the exact same figure except for different coats of paint on top. So is that coat of paint any good? Well, the color is actually quite nice. I do like this metallic shiny red, and I think it does look really good and does stand out from the other Kamen Rider Kuuga figure. And of course, if you've been collecting the Kamen Rider Decade figures, you know, you got Decade, Dien, Kifala, then you definitely want to have this Kuuga there as well. However, the quality control of this figure isn't as good, noted on the armbands. That was a little bit iffy, but aside from that, it's still a pretty decent figure. Now, you can still quite easily pick up a bootleg or knockoff of Mighty Form or Amazing Mighty from Taobao or AliExpress or wherever. So if you can't afford this one, you still get that if you really want to, but there is definitely a quality difference there. This is still a very solid Bandai figure, and if you really like Kuuga, for whatever reason, if you don't have the original one when it first came out, you've only just got the money to get it now, this is still a good substitute. For me personally, I of course have the original Kuuga, and this one's just to tag along and say, hey, this one's the fake one, and the real Kuuga is going to go and punch him in the face and say, ah, you suck. Of course the real Kuuga wouldn't do that, but you know. So yes, big Kuuga fans, definitely pick it up. If you missed the original one, definitely pick it up. If you have the original one and you're not too bothered, this could be an easy skip. And yes, I did see the Tamashii 2019 stuff, and just like counting all the figures, that's like 11,000 Hong Kong dollars right there. Because you got 4 different real bone Kuuga figures, you got Pegasus, Dragon, and Titan, and Growing Form. I'm definitely going to want to pick all of those up. The Deno figure is okay, but his thighs look like chicken thighs. It's a bit too big. I wonder what's going on there. The other Kiva figure is good, and of course you got the 5 riders from 01. And you got the 4 final forms all the way from X8, Ghost, Build, and Zeo. Definitely need to pick those up just to have something that feels complete. You got the old Spike, the old forms, just, oh my god. I do hope they all get released, although sometimes these things do just disappear from Bandai stuff. But if they do get released, I'll definitely want to pick all of them up. And in terms of real bone figures, yes, I have pre-ordered Ankh. Unfortunately, there's no pre-orders going on for the hand part, and I hope you can swap those arms, or else that would be really silly. And it's already silly enough that Ankh doesn't come with his bird hand. You have to buy them separately. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think of this new Kuuga figure. Will you be picking this up? Did you miss out the original one? Or you do have the original one and you're just happy with the original one and you're not bothered with this one? As always, you can support this channel by turning ad block off or clicking the thumbs up button and the little bell button, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You can also support this channel via Patreon, and do please check out my Facebook and Instagram and DeviantArt and all that other stuff in the links below if you want to check out or download any of the photo shoots I've done in this video. And I know I haven't been on this YouTube channel for a while now. It's just a bit tiring with just the whole channel just getting smaller and smaller. Like, YouTube just chucked me in the dark corner somewhere. This channel's just dying. So I'm only doing this because I like the photo shoot and I like the toys. So if I don't have any enjoyment in doing these videos, I'll just stop right away. And of course, another thing is that if you've seen the news about Hong Kong's current political issues right now with police brutality, everything's quite tiring in Hong Kong right now. So putting physical energy into making videos is a bit at the moment, as whereas a lot of times I just prefer to play some video games or watch TV shows and movies and just relaxing my mind after work. Just don't want to deal with stuff right now. So, but anyway, I did film a bunch of videos in a row, so there should be some content on this channel. Check out some other Figuarts. I have the DN figure, so stay tuned for that, as well as Hawkeye, the new Darth Vader and Stormtrooper, the Mafex Aquaman, and a bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned.